Do you think a team that has a very elite defense could maybe win the whole thing this year? I can't remember the last time a team did that. Maybe Denver 2015. Maybe they could run it back again.
Yeah.
11 years later. But do you think that's the advantage? And to tie in the Rams in here, and I think the Rams still have a very good defense. The secondary is a little shaky, but can they hold up? Can they get that number one seed after what happened with Carolina? Is it just one bad day and they'll be fine because they're not just defensive oriented; they're actually well balanced on both sides of the football.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely can go back to the Broncos, because Manning wasn't playing at his best, and he was basically a game manager at that point of his career when they won it, and that was one of the strongest defense. Low key, the year that the Chiefs won it, I mean, the defense carried that team. I mean, not necessarily Patrick Mahomes. I mean, obviously Mahomes was clutch and made the plays, but the defense was really the strong point of that group that season. I think you're right. I think this is a year that a team that's led by their defense and has just competent quarterback play can win it. And the reason I say that, the top quarterbacks in this league, their teams are struggling. Burrow, Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen. I mean, maybe two of those teams are going to make the postseason, and they're probably all going to be having to play on the road. So this is lining up to be one of those years like, you go back to the Bucks with Brad Johnson. You go back to the Ravens with, I'm forgetting his name, Trent Dilfer. Thank you. Even Russell Wilson when he was with the Seahawks. I mean, you could put him in there, and certainly you could put Peyton Manning, because Peyton Manning, I don't even think was starting out.
That was
Osweiler.
That was the Stevie.
There was Osweiler,
Williams,
right?
Yeah, the Stevie Williams game where he had 2 picks, and at halftime they benched him. And
That's
Manning
right.
went in the second half, and he won the game, and they got the number 1 seed.
Yeah, and he didn't relinquish the starting job from there.
No, that was the last game of the season that year.
Yeah, that's right. I was in Denver, I remember.
Yeah. I'll ask you about the Chargers in a little bit. I kind of want to move along the teams with number 1 seeding. Does it seem like the Patriots are one of those teams that's going to need that number 1 seeding, especially with the inexperience? They haven't really traveled much outside of the East Coast, but if you keep them in, if they stay in New England, they have that number 1 seed. It feels like it's kind of a fortress for them in a sense, don't you think? Or do you feel like they're one of those teams that if they have the 3 or 4 seed, they can go somewhere else? I just feel like they're one of those teams that has to be at home. If not, it could be a crapshoot.
Yeah, I don't think they need to be at home. They've already won at Buffalo and at Tampa Bay. Those are 2 pretty good teams that they've beaten on the road. They're just buttoned up. They're solid at everything. They have one of the best special teams units, I think, in the league. That Marcus Jones dude, can score from anywhere on the field. Obviously, they're coached well on defense with their head coach Mike Vrabel. Josh McDaniels is doing a great job with their offense, and Drake May and how he's playing. I think if New England does have the number 1 seed, they're going to be tough to beat, because I just feel like it's hard to play there in January with the elements and the way that they play at home. It's going to be tough to beat them there, even for a team like, the Chiefs that really aren't playing well right now. But no, I think they're good enough to win games on the road because of their defense and because of Drake May and their head coach.
Do you want to take a victory lap right now on the Kansas City Chiefs, or are you still waiting to see? I think they're going to lose this weekend. Yeah. I've been picking my spots with the Chiefs this year, and I think I've done a really good job of kind of deciphering when they're going to win and when they're going to lose. I think Houston, without those 2 tackles, Houston might take it to them this weekend, and they may beat the Chiefs up.
Yeah, I'll wait till they're mathematically eliminated before any victory laps are taken. And I didn't say that they weren't going to make the playoffs. I just said that they weren't going to win the AFC West, and I think that is going to happen.
Well, you might get the full effect. You might be completely right about them falling off that cliff. I mean, essentially, if they lost to Houston this weekend and then Dan's Chargers go in there and beat them, they could basically, they'd be at 8 losses. They'd be at 8 losses, and that's basically done. So Dan could basically put the nail in the coffin for you, Eric.
I'm sure he would like that.
He's
would
been
be the
sending all
person
kinds of
taking-
stuff in our group chat
Yeah,
about
taking victory laps and doing a bunch of other stuff.
Oh, they're like, if you must be a sick individual if you're loving seeing what's going on with the Mahomes. He's like, oh, I'm just put me in a hospital right now because I'm loving everything that's happening. Gilbert, go ahead.